Hi, it's Brian. How you doing? This is a brief overview from CNBC with some of their investors that are always on the TV talking about different investments they make, buy and sell, hold, this type of thing, and their feelings on what's happening with Bitcoin. Here you go.
Now, but first, to the biggest story outside of stocks today, Bitcoin plunging again. Today's drop putting the cryptocurrency in bear market territory. Seema Modi is breaking it all down for us. Hi, Seema.
Hey, Melissa, that's right. Bitcoin in bear market territory after plunging 28% from September 1st when it surged above $5,000 for a new record high. But this is hardly the cryptocurrency's first time experiencing a drop of 20% or more, and some of those periods have been quite severe. In fact, Bitcoin has actually seen 4 such declines from its 52-week high in just the past year, including this month. And going back even further, Bitcoin saw 3 separate declines of 40% or more from February of 2014 to the end of that year. Still, the worst decline occurred after the cryptocurrency first hit $1,000 in November 2013. It eventually fell below $200 in January 2015. That's a loss of over 80% of its value. Now, Bitcoin fell as much as 15% today, its biggest drop since January of this year. And since the beginning of the month, the cryptocurrency has lost about $23 billion in market cap. Just for some market perspective, that's about the same market cap of Best Buy or CVS. So some big news there, Melissa.
All right, certainly are. Seema, thank you. Seema Modi in New York for us on Bitcoin. Let's trade this, and I go to the person here who owns Bitcoin.
Dude, right. Yeah, no, it's painful for sure. But I think this is why you size a Bitcoin position. Not so big. I'm not going to really be trading around it because I'm not going to know when to get in or out. I really believe in the Bitcoin story, the evolution of cryptocurrencies. I believe that. I don't know how it's going to evolve exactly over time, but I know that I want to be there. And so you gotta stay on days like, not days, weeks like we've had today. But that's how volatile it is. I'm sticking with it, though. I believe in the story.
As a value investor, can you implement the same valuation techniques that you do on stocks to Bitcoin?
Yes, because when I own a position, I think, all right, what's the most I'm willing to lose? Down 20% is normally it, and I'll size a position accordingly. I don't want to lose more than 2% in a position. So Bitcoin, I think of it as very much at risk. So you have to size it that much smaller, and that's the sort of value of a portfolio manager.
Let me ask you a question. It's really a theoretical question. How can something that you're expecting is a highly speculative instrument? I've seen a couple of Bitcoin fund offerings for the hurdle rate. A friend of mine's offering one where they've got a 20% hurdle rate. I mean, that basically implies you're here to make a real lot of money. And how can something that's there to be speculative also be a reliable means for...
It's not. I don't get that kind of pricing so much.
To me,
they don't make sense.
Despite the fact that I agree in the reason for it, and I agree that every major institution, by the way, including JP Morgan, I said this yesterday or 2 days ago, I mean, Quorum is their form of being involved in blockchain. They spent a lot of money on it. Every major bank is going to be in this business. The question is Bitcoin the token you want to follow? And it looks like the Dutch tulip chart.
Let's get more on Bitcoin here. Despite this plunge, streets I've still got its fair share of Bitcoin bulls. Back on August 9, Tom Lee was on the show. I asked him if this would be the best bet for this year. The question was Bitcoin or stocks. Here's what he said.
Between now and year end, it's easily Bitcoin.
Easily Bitcoin. We brought Tom back on set to tell us why he'd still buy Bitcoin. So Tom, what do you make of the